You let her listen to Sexy Red, and she like,
Right.
listen to Sexy Red. You understand? But guess what? She thinks it's cool because everybody around her thinks it's cool. So what you have to do is you have to begin to set up standards and keep her around righteous people. 41.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
Just the question he asked you about knowing your nationality. What we're reading are curses that fell upon the Israelites to prove that the people who they are at the last days, right? He said you're going to have sons and daughters, but you're not going to enjoy them because they're going to go into captivity. In today's society, a lot of our people will accept a child for whatever they become only because they want to keep that bond between them and their child. Meaning, you might not agree with everything your child will do, but in your mind, or to make sure that y'all keeping a connection, or y'all see each other, you will then lower your standards and accept that as long as they're grown and out of your house. You understand what I'm saying? But this is showing us that you're going to have sons and daughters, but you're not going to enjoy them because they're going to go into captivity. One of the ways our children go into captivity is under the captivity of their mind, under the captivity of sin. Of course, we know it's also going into captivity under the nations being into slavery. But when they turn on them phones, when they turn on them laptops and computers, and they watching, or like you said, you don't do that, but then you go to grandma's house and stuff like that, and she listen to those things are getting absorbed and sucked into her brain, and she's just filling herself up with all kind of ungodliness. And it's causing new attributes to where sometimes your children come back and they'll do something like, where you get that from? You understand? And it's because those different spirits are attaching themselves to your children. Watch this. Go to 1 Corinthians. There you go, right there. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 33. Be not deceived.
Don't be deceived. Don't let nobody confuse you, right? Watch this.
Evil communications corrupt good manners.
If you put yourself around evil communications, it will begin to corrupt all those good manners.
Right.
So give an example. You teach her, don't you be all in no man's face. Don't be all around no strangers, talking to nobody. I don't want you listening to that. Don't be sitting on no dang on grown man now laughing all that. And then she will go around somebody where the other kids are doing it. Right. And those evil communications will then corrupt all those good manners you teach them.
Right.
You understand? So the thing is,
like when I say like, cause I don't let my kids hang around stuff. I don't do grown kids. I don't do that. Don't do snakes. Nobody. I don't do.
As you should.
She know her. I got a son too. They know I don't play that stuff.
And that's the thing.
They well mannered and all that.
Give me a Ciroc 3.
They be like, well, where you get that from? Cause we don't do that.
Right.
Exactly. But you know where she getting that from. You might not. I'll tell you this. Even if she ain't getting it from grandma, she getting it online. Right. She getting it from YouTube. She getting it from Netflix. She getting it from HBO Max. She getting it from Disney. Those channels we got to keep in mind. We've been watching certain cartoons, and it's not until we all the way this age to where we like, damn, I didn't know that was in a cartoon like that. Right. You know what? But that's the same thing that they got going on. Watch this. Start at verse 1.
Sirach chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear me, your father, O children.
This, you remember when the officer said, everything that you need is in this Bible. Right. So watch this. Read.
Hear me, your father, O children.
This is to the children. He said, listen to me real quick. Let me show you. Let me tell y'all something.
And do thereafter, that ye may be safe.
Everything I'm about to tell you, do that. Do what I'm about to tell you, and it's going to make sure you stay safe. Right? Let's see what he says. Watch this.
For the Lord hath given the father honor over the children.
That's why when the officer said, did you have a bad upcoming? And you said, and he was like, was your father in the house? Both parents? You're like, nah. He said you had a bad upcoming. Because you know why? Just like he said himself, and you yourself, and me myself, all of us grew up without a father in the house.
Right.
And it's so normal to where it don't even seem taboo. It don't seem weird to us because it's like everybody in our family at one point grew up without the fathers. And it should be. Watch this. Read that part again.
For the Lord hath given the father honor over the children.
So the father has honor over the children, meaning the children, when they do well, when they're well behaved, it's a reflection on the father. Because he's the head of the household, as he should be. Watch this.
And hath confirmed the authority over, correction, and hath confirmed the authority of the mother over the son.
And guess what? When daddy not around and he come back and he like, hey, what's your daughter's name? Kaylee? He like, hey, Kaylee, you know what? I'm going to get you that doll you was looking for because you've been acting real good. You've been good lately. I had no problems out of you. And then you come and say, no, the hell she ain't.
Yep.
She been acting up.
I don't know what you been talking about.
And then he like, wait, what? You know why? Because he has already confirmed your authority over the children. So now you are his support. So when he's not around, you're making sure everything is still running like it's supposed to. Watch this. Keep reading.
Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sin.
Now watch this. Is dad around though? Is he around? Now as long as you're in the Lord teaching the things of his commandments, right? Like if you tell her, make sure you don't clean your room, don't go outside when it's dark, stuff like that. It's her job as a child to obey what y'all tell her. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you telling Kaylee, hey, Kaylee, go over there, sit in that man's lap, and he going to talk to you a little bit, and you're going to be fine. Of course, we know that's not what's going down, but we understand that's the contrary. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't need to do that. We teach our children things to protect them, right? Read that again.
Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins.
When you honor your father, you make an atonement for your sins. Read.
And he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure.
Because the mother is the one that got all the teeth when dad is not around. Because dad passes it. Look, this is what I want you to do with Kaylee. I want you to make sure you put on a dress. Make sure she's doing what she's supposed to, make you do her homework. Make sure she listening. If she ain't listening to you, let me know. Because guess what? Dad's supposed to come in and be the enforcer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mother is the support system that follows and passes down the guidance from the dad. So whenever you come through, when your dad comes through, it's pretty much like an update when you work at a job. When the boss comes through, he comes to the supervisor or the store manager, and he say, what's been going on around here? And they let him know. That's the same role that it plays with a father and a mother, with the children. But we have to understand that, like the scripture says, you're going to have sons and daughters, but you won't enjoy them. You know why? These children are growing up faster than we did. Am I making this up? They growing up faster than we did. You can't make it up. They are growing up. You know why? Because everything that they've been putting on us when it comes to television and the media, they have increased it now with our children at this age. Because I said, like, do you let her listen to Sexy Red? And she like,
Right.
Listen to Sexy Red. You understand? But guess what? She thinks it's cool because everybody around her thinks it's cool. So what you have to do is you have to begin to set up standards and keep her around righteous people. You know how you do that? Give me that in Titus.
And Mama, that's the reason why earlier I said that you, remember earlier I said you got to be the example because she watched what you do. Remember that? So, Sexy Red wear pants, Mama got to put a dress on to show the difference between what. Yeah, she is strong. But yeah, that's what I meant.
Go ahead, read verse 3.
Titus, chapter 2 and verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
So the aged women, give an example. It's not talking about old. It's talking about in the laws. Meaning, there's women that's been keeping these laws longer than you have, right? So when you come, if you decide to come to the school, there's sisters that have been doing this for a while. They're supposed to set an example to you. Watch this.
That they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
So when you come around, you're supposed to see that they separate. You got to look at them and be like, this ain't like no women out there. Y'all different. I can tell y'all different, right? Read.
Not false accusers.
They can't be false accusers. They can't be like, hey, I seen Kaylee. She was over there by Little Caesar stealing candy out the stove. And they not going to make up no lies. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving just an example. But they're not supposed to be false accusers. Read.
Not given to much wine.
They're not going to be drunkards. Read.
Teachers of good things.
When it's talking about good things, it's talking about the commandments according to Romans 7 and 12. Those are the things that are good, right? Read.
That they may teach the young women.
That they may do what?
Teach the young women.
Now, this is twofold. because it's going into age as far as in these laws, but also it goes into like what we're talking about right now with a mother and a daughter. That's what you're supposed to teach her. So what I read to you as an example of the women that's been keeping laws, that's the example you have to give to Kaylee. You have to be holy. You have to be in behavior, as in becoming holiness. You have to be a teacher of good things, not giving too much wine, not being a drunkard, right? That you can teach her what?
Good things. That they may teach the young women to be sober.
To be sober. So you're not to be drunk, not to be high, read.
To love their husbands.
You got to show her how to love her husband. As in, the same way when you come into this truth. If you come into the school to learn, they're going to show you these things. Because I didn't know what it meant to be a man before I came into the truth.
Right.
I only assumed what I was told out here. Because guess what? The only thing you taught out here to be a man is to have kids. Once you have kids and you can get a job, you got your own place, that makes you a man out here. But in reality, a man stays with the woman that he lays down with. He marries her. And they have children, and he take care of his family. He take care of his children. He take care of his household. He's a protector and a provider and a counselor, a guider. You understand? That's what a man is according to the scriptures. That keeps the charge of the Lord and do all his commandments. These are attributes or characteristics of a man. Same in the Bible. What we're reading right now, attributes or characteristics of a woman. You have to learn how to love your husband. And then when you learn, right now, Kaylee don't have to know nothing about that. But when you learn it, by the time she get of age to learn it, then you can teach her how to do it. You understand? Because back in the day, Big Mama used to say, hey, if you want to keep your man happy, baby, you got an X, Y, and Z, boom, boom, boom. Quickest way to a man's heart is to his stuff. All of these were just the same thing that we reading right here. That was just something our people did because guess what? It was still an attachment to the laws of God.
That's right.
Right? Read.
To love their children.
And even how to love their children. Prime example, right? If I asked you if you love Kaylee, without a doubt, you would most likely tell me what? Yes. That's your baby. You would go to jail about her, right?
Yeah, beat down.
All the way down to the ground. You can't make it up. Hey, you would do that, right? Right. But guess what? There's a love that we haven't, as a people outside of these commandments, begin to, attain or even learn. Because guess what? Loving Kaylee, according to the scriptures, would also be to protect her from all things. And in order to protect her, God said, just like in the beginning, the Father said, listen to what I'm telling you, because this is for your safety. Right. And to protect her would be to gird her with what she needs to survive. Right. You understand? Because right now, something as simple as like what the officer brought out, that seems simple as pants, is very, significant commandment.
What is nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time. Be strong in the Lord, His word,